Welcome back, traders. I hope all of you guys are well. And before I get started on GBPJPY, I do want to quickly mention that the last 2 weeks have been phenomenal. We have achieved 700 pips so far for March, and we still have 2 more weeks to go this week and next week before the month finishes. Now, before March even began, I did have a target set at 1,000 pips, and we are very, very close to our target. Hopefully, we can achieve 300 pips as our target for this week, and we should see our target being met. And then the week after, we can either continue to trade and be a little bit more conservative with our trades, or we can just trade normally and try overachieving our 1,000 pip target. Now, for GBPJPY, you guys can see I am on the weekly time frame, and we are in an overall downtrend proven by these lower lows over here. You guys can see how we formed our lower low, lower low, lower low, and lower low. Price had a huge push to the upside after forming this. We had a rejection off of 147.5 and 145 itself. We had a wick rejection at 147 and a bodily rejection at 145. Price then started to consolidate for a full 9-week period before having this bearish follow through as expected. Now, with this bearish follow through, you can see that price is continuing to push downwards, with our last weekly candlestick printing a significant bearish candlestick here as well. So I am still bearish on this, and I hope we can achieve 130 this week. Our target level will be at 130. Now, on the daily time frame, you can see that last week we did start to consolidate for quite some time, 3 days to be exact. We had a 1, 2, 3 candlesticks over here just stuck in this zone. Our resistance being at 136.250, our support level being at 133.820. Now, once we broke through, we had a bearish shooting star. We found support. Price immediately came back up for that retest and started to drop back down. Now, price is just sitting above our 132.5 resistance level. Support level, but we should see price continue to push to the downside as the bears are still in overall control. Now, obviously, we would have to wait for the daily closure on GBPJPY to confirm that the bears are still in control, because usually what happens when market opens, it's a kind of like a coin toss. Obviously, the overall sentiment is bearish, but sometimes short term the bulls could just kind of take over and push price, maybe even to retest over here. So we just have to be vigilant of that fact and be kind of conservative and just wait for the daily closure. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, you can see how perfectly price rejected our level over here, came back up into our zone, had this retest rejection, and price pulled back down. We did close in a shooting star formation, which does indicate that we did form some sort of indication that the bears will be taking control of this market very, very soon, and therefore I do have a bearish bias, and I'll only be looking for sell opportunities on this setup. Now, the daily closure, if we can have a daily closure below 132.5, that would be great. But if we can have a daily closure below this support level, that would be even better. If we have a daily closure below this mini support level, we would then be looking for the break retest scenario to take place with our target at 130, which would be around 135 pips. Now, if price happens to just have a closure below 132.5, I do expect this lower low to be taken out. So even if we were to have a closure below somewhere around here, I would just be looking for a sell opportunity, possibly a retest of this key level. So we would actually be entering around 132.5, so right here, and then we would be targeting our overall target at 130, which is around 250 pips. Alright guys, so all in all, we're simply waiting for the daily closure on GBPJPY. If we have a daily closure below 132.5, simply wait for the retest and enter a short here, and then we would have our stop loss set 40 to 45 pips above, just to be safe. So enter around here, 250 pips. Stop loss would be somewhere around here. We can go down to lower time frames to make it a bit more accurate. We can make it around here, so around once daily closure comes below, we would wait for the retest. Probably we would enter here, and our stop loss can just be around here. So 50 to 55 pip stop loss. Our risk reward would be 1 to 4.50, which is amazing For every dollar we're willing to risk, we're potentially going to make back $4.50. And once price reaches this level, we could possibly enter a second sell position once we have the break and the retest, and we would still have our targets at 130. All right, guys. So I'll be waiting for the daily closure on GBPJPY, and I'll keep you guys posted. And when I think it's appropriate to enter the market, I will also be sending out a signal for you guys.